Now for our roundtable with News Channel 5 political analyst Brian Crowley. Brian, I'll put the question to you that I did to our guests this morning. If you're unaffiliated with FAU, why does this matter? A lot of finger pointing on both sides. Why do we all need to be tuned in on this?
Well, you know, there was a time when people who got appointed to lead our universities were educators or people that had backgrounds that were strong enough to support the university and to help it grow. We've become increasingly political in this state about what we're doing with our universities. Ron DeSantis, the governor, made it very clear that he wanted State Representative Randy Fine, a hardcore conservative, very, very anti-woke, to be president of FAU. The committee chose 3 finalists that didn't include Randy Fine, and this appears to be a push now to make sure that Randy Fine gets on the list. You
hear the argument, Brian. Conservatives will say, yeah, but there wouldn't be this debate if it was somebody like a Randy Fine, but Randy Fine was an arch liberal. We wouldn't have this discussion. Is that fair or unfair?
It's fair, absolutely. I mean, if you know, the other side wants people that think the way they do. The question isn't, are you appointing a conservative to run the university? That's fine. But do they have the kind of qualifications and education background to run the university? I don't want a pilot just because he's conservative. I want somebody who actually knows how to fly the plane. So I have no problems with them appointing conservatives, but make sure it's somebody that has an education background.
Brian, we'll move on. This is one we'll continue to cover, to another topic that you talk about a lot in terms of the pocketbook issues that ultimately, at least used to, and we still think do drive votes. And once again, in the state of Florida, a lot of people hurting as another major insurer moves out. Forrest Saunders with a look at all of that.
Tuesday's news that big-name insurer Farmers was departing created another shockwave of concern that Florida's property insurance market remains unstable, despite recent rounds of legislative reform.
I'd like to give you a brief overview of the current state of Citizens and the state of the market.
Wednesday, Florida's state-backed insurer Citizens may have added fuel to the fire. CEO Tim Serio told the Board of Governors as Floridians continue to struggle finding affordable choices in the private market, more are turning to Citizens, what should be a final option.
Unfortunately, the state's residual insurer, the insurer of last resort, has become the largest insurer in Florida.
Citizens now has more than 1.3 million property insurance policies, an increase of more than 170,000 since January. It's on track to hit 1.7 million by year's end. Serio said Citizens is too competitive with private companies and needs approval of a near 13% rate hike, which is still pending with state regulators.
Nobody wants their insurance, wants to pay more for insurance, but even if OIR approves our requested rate increase, our policyholders will still be paying on average about 44% below the rest of the private market.
That may be, but new Citizens policyholders like Willie Butts still don't like the sound of it. His coverage already jumped $1,000 when he switched from a private carrier that was ready to jack up his rates even higher.
I had no other choice in that move.
The disabled veteran from Apopka said he feels like lawmakers aren't doing enough to fix things.
But I do know that this is something that cannot be ignored any longer because it's only going to get worse.
Over the last year, the GOP majority installed reinsurance programs and cut incentives to sue insurers, saying they were 2 of the biggest drivers of high costs. The caveat has been that reform will still take about a year to reach full effect, they say.
I've got contacted by a number of investment groups that want to say, hey, I want to come to Florida. I want to start up. I want to bring an insurance carrier there. But you know what? These guys don't want to come here till November. I mean, and you can't blame them. They're going to wait till after hurricane season.
Democrats, however, not buying it.
Trickle-down economics doesn't work, and neither does trickle-down property insurance relief.
A group Wednesday said the GOP had mismanaged the crisis and called for tougher regulation. They pushed for the state to use its budget surplus to create easier access to reinsurance.
We are sitting on billions of dollars in surplus that's supposed to be available for a rainy day. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the middle of a storm. We're no longer at a rainy day. This is a flood like we've never seen.
But with no special sessions on the horizon, ideas like that would have to wait for the regular session. And the gavel won't drop until January of next year. At the Capitol, Forrest Saunders, WPTV News Channel 5.
Brian, insurance, pocketbooks, politics, and a Governor DeSantis presidential campaign. Weave that all together if it should be woven together.
Well, I don't think it's going to have a huge impact on his presidential campaign. The folks in Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, and South Carolina are not concerned about hurricane insurance in Florida. They're probably not all that aware of the prices going up. Could it hurt him here at home? There's a big Florida primary too, and Donald Trump is leading in the Florida primary here. But in fairness to the governor, I will say that this problem with hurricane insurance, windstorm insurance, has been going on for decades, actually since Hurricane Andrew.
Yep.
And whether it was Democrats in charge or Republicans in charge, nobody's done a particularly good job in dealing with it. And they didn't do a very good job of this last session. And now the insurance market has all but collapsed, and reinsurance cost insurance companies a fortune, and they're passing that on. And another thing about the citizens increase for the 1.3 million, I think they're at now, Floridians who are insured by them, is they also by law are now requiring people who have citizens to have flood insurance, whether they're in a flood zone or not. So you're getting the increase in your basic homeowner's insurance, and then you're getting forced to pay for flood insurance on top of it. And a lot of people with other insurance companies are seeing 30, 40, 50% increases. And for folks who are retired on fixed incomes and stuff, this is going to be brutal.
It's always been the old saw. People vote their pocketbooks at the state level in terms of politics. It'll be interesting to see as we move into 2024 how the connection between this issue, other issues like affordable housing, how they'll impact lawmakers on both sides.
Well, as I'm fond of saying, this is not, this is ultimately the fault of the voters. If you want to fix these things, you have to elect people to the legislature who are actually going to work on and fix the insurance crisis. You know, we take care of a lot of other issues that are sort of questionable and are great for presidential politics, but when you get to the basics of day-to-day living, this is going to have a huge impact.
What else is top of mind for you these days, my friend?
Well, Ron DeSantis' campaign recently, last week, sent out a memo to insiders in the campaign that was acquired by NBC News. Oddly, the bigger his campaign gets, the less control Ron DeSantis has over what gets out of his hands.
Well, I think somebody named Brian Crowley said that would happen.
And it detailed that they're worried, and that they're worried about the small states. They want to concentrate a lot on New Hampshire.
Yep.
The Super Tuesday states, which is where a lot of the delegates will come out of, they're basically saying, we're not going to worry about that for right now. And they want to emphasize that Ron DeSantis is a lovable guy. He's going to be a family, his kids, he's a vet. They're going to emphasize his veteran creds. I'm sure they'll talk about how he was in the Navy in Iraq, in Afghanistan.
Lawyer advocate at the JAG office.
I'll note that he was a Navy lawyer. That's all which is fine. But it wasn't like he was a combat veteran. And a lot of, I think we're going to see a lot more of the kids, and and they think that watching the family will help impact voters who have young families.
And the drip, 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 or some would argue it's more than that for the former president thus far, seems to not. It seems almost like an alternate reality. His legal problems versus where he at least stands for the moment in terms of his aspirations to regain the White House.
Well, the investigations in Georgia seem to be picking up steam. We might actually see an indictment this week or in the next couple of weeks anyway. None of this seems to impact Donald Trump at all. Everybody keeps thinking that people will finally get weary of it, but not yet. But another interesting thing about the Ron DeSantis memo, they're a little concerned about South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, and they have plans within that memo that they're going to start going after Tim Scott.
And it'll be interesting because he has his own niche of supporters, and that's going to be interesting. The response,
and he has a personality.
We'll be back in just a moment.